Hello, welcome to East Asia Monitor. This is the fifth session of the 9 report, and today, following up on the previous session, we will discuss the North Korean economic situation on the title Looking into North Korea, session 2. Again, the 9 report is uploaded on the 9th, 19th, and 29th of the month. That's why it is called 9 report. I'm Daniel Rowe. I'm a comparative political economist with a focus on Japan. And I've been working in Japan for more than 20 years. I'm now back in my hometown in Seoul and doing this YouTube show. Your subscription will be very much appreciated. Well, in following on the previous session, we'll talk about this economic and social conditions of North Korea, witness of 3065 and 51 North Korea defectors. This is actually the summary. Well, this is the official title of the publication produced by Korean Ministry of Unification in early February. It's a lengthy paper, and I have summarized the key points into this, power plant tables. Okay. Now, today we'll talk about enterprise, market economy, and also individual, market activity. All these terms are counterintuitive to the image we have about North Korea, which is totalitarian politically and socialist economically. How come these terms are possible? And this is actually reflects a major change in North Korean national management, so that the country it can introduce new ways of economic management and even individual economic welfare. The starting point was actually the striking out this term of business enterprise. I mean, business enterprise doesn't really go well with the image of North Korea as we have today. But anyway, in 2002, there was a July 1st, 7-1 economic management measures. And then 10 years later, we have our economic management methods. All these two new policies refer to some kind of alternative management system in North Korea, alternative to purely national planning, national control of the economy. So the really essence of those new measures are a gradual power shift to discretionary management of the state enterprise. Discretionary management. Okay, so in that vein, in year 2020, we have this new version of enterprise law. Of the original version was 2002, I guess, and it is a formal state planning guidance was announced. Here, enterprise refers to an economic unit that organizes production or service activities with labor, equipment, and material and funds. So this is really in between a purely totalitarian planned economy and a free market economy, as we see in the Western countries. And first of all, in that law, we have new ways of raw material procurement. So, by national plan and other means, so the law implies that the raw material procurement by national plan will decrease and leaving the new portion to the market activities. So, with this new plan, pre-2000 national plan accounts for 77% of raw materials procurement. Now it is 59%. And other enterprises market purchase are growing from 0.5 to 9.7 in the 20-year time span. Also, the import from China from 3.2 to 6.9, and borrowing from other laborers too. And other sources refer to markets, unofficial markets, which is really now blossoming in North Korea. So that accounted for 11% in 2000, now more than 15% of in this year. Now, so the one underlying finding, consciousness of this new regime is that there are really big hurdles for enterprise production, which is necessary for economic management of the North Korean regime. Difficulty in securing raw materials, actually, pre-2000 period, 3%, now down to 37%. So electric power shortage, which is a really serious problem for North Korea, was also growing because of enlarging activities. All these are really conditions that call for a new, government level industrial management. Okay, so these are the background. Other things are fuel shortage, failure of equipment, labor shortage, low morale are the minor reasons, but dominant derivatives are the shortage of raw materials and electric power. Particularly, electric power supply was a really huge problem for North Korea. 20 years ago, pre-2000 period, the electric power supply lasted for up to 6 hours. Depending on the organization, 7 to 12 hours, and then up to 23. So basically, at that time, most of the associations, organizations engaged in economic activities actually, could run only for less than 12 hours because of a power shortage. Now, in late 22 period, power supply up to 6 hours account for 1/3, and also up to 12 hours account for 26.5. So, in a sense, the power supply environment has been improved to call for a new nationwide industrial management. Also, the state-owned enterprise private operations has increased in their scope and depth of activities. For instance, local factories are, from 5.7 to 21%. Central factories 6 to 20. Now, then we have a new economic actors such as stores, restaurants, individuals that account for less than 10% each 20 years ago. Now account for half of them. Stores 48%, restaurants are 58%, and individual service 48%. If you look at these items, the society, we can imagine with the statistics, it's like a really Eastern Europe rather than the North Korea we remembered, several years ago. So these are the really pushing factors for the government to usher in a new national industrial and economic management. Also, the foreign exchange and also trading, 37% of them are done by, state-owned enterprise in a private, in a sense, look to maximize private earnings. So in that situation, there was a huge question in the North Korea whether really ration, the typical classical way of national value distribution, is it better than the market? So people came to answer that no, actually, market is better than ration. If you look at the third line, no was only 33% in 2000, and 20 years later it grew to 62%. 62% of North Korean individuals say think that market is better than ration in managing national economy. Okay, and in terms of region, border area, local area, Pyongyang area, similar in around 50, but Pyongyang is actually higher. And in terms of generation, people of 20s and 30s are more enthusiastic than 40s and senior people in ushering in a market, in lieu of ration. Okay, so this is another major force for introducing a new economic management method. And also, these are all the questions to those 6,000 people and who answered, recollecting their life in North Korea and their experience and observations. Is life difficult in North Korea without markets? Yes, was 89% in 20. Now it is higher, slightly higher, 89. But in the border area, 90% yes. Local area, 93, and Pyongyang, 87. And, senior people are actually more welcoming than young ones because, there, maybe the limitation of activities, etc. Okay. So if you see this, basically 90% of North Korean people think that without markets, life is difficult. So we need markets. So even though the Pyongyang government is very, very strong, but they can't really, turn their face to this really serious, social trend. And another question to raise to those North Koreans was that given the same price, is the market better than state store? And yes, if you in terms of time periods, 24, yes, in 2009, 80% in year 2020, then border areas, all this, entirely, whether border or Pyongyang, around 3/4, also in terms of generation, close to 80% of people think that market is better than state store, and which is several times as large than the undecided and no. So this is a really major change in North Korean society, which even the very totalitarian Kim Jong-un government can turn the face to. Now, what are the family income sources in North Korea? Also, this also reflects the people's living lifestyle. Okay, officers' income source shrink to 50% in 2002, 24 in 20 years time span. Unofficial, 30 to 70. So now, 2020 is only 2 years ago. 70% of North Koreans have unofficial family income compared to 24. And this is really the trend, huge social trend, which Pyongyang government can deny. So this is another important background factors. And also, there's also another trend that I wish to draw your attention was that there are increasing private employment. In this totalitarian planned economy, private citizens hire private citizens, such as men work in the 22% of manforce in mining is private employment, 12% transportation private, and construction site 30%, and the females 33% of farm workers are female on the private employment. Now this one it really makes me recollect my early days in Korea. Very similar to Korea actually. When I was in Korea, which was 60s, 70s, yes, I was a teenager and student. Many women work in the field, rice patches of other people, employed by personally and day-to-day basis. So this is the same thing exactly. So this happened, in Korea, 30 years ago. My point is, even though South Korea and North Korea have a huge differences in all this legal and regulatory, rules and laws, the people's perception of their living, the way they make their life is quite similar naturally. So they become a really important factor in making Kim Jong-un government to modify their policies and rules. Now let's talk about the particular household economy, how the people live in the household, in the family. North Korea is no exception in this new cyber economy, in this information society in the whole world. North Koreans also need a mobile phone. As you see, 20 years ago, 26% said yes. Now 82. That means virtually almost everyone who can pay for one. Okay, border area 57, local 47, 54, and Pyongyang, which is actually the town for high-ranking people and all those people with a vested right, 76. In terms of a generation, 26 for people of 30s are 58. Then senior people may have less necessity of a mobile phone, but basically all of North Koreans want to have their mobile phones. Don't know is less than 20. No is now, only 8.9 in this time period, right? So in terms of mobile phone use and ownership, North Korea is no exception. And also computer. Computer is actually less, frequent than a mobile phone in ownership, but still, late period, 2016 to 2020, 68% of North Koreans have a computer, whether a desktop or laptop. And border area 51%, local area 49%, and Pyongyang, where highly educated people are concentrated 75. People with in 20s are 62% need a computer. And don't know is about less than 20, and know is less than 30%. So even though these figures are smaller than the ones with a mobile phone, still, at least 2/3 of North Korean people either have or need a computer individually. Then what kind of electric gadgets do North Korean households have? Well, dominantly telephone, yes. The telephone pre-2000 period 1.9% is now up to 23%. Then surprisingly, mobile phone picked from 0.3 to now 59 of the 20-year period, particularly after 2011. That means in the past 10 years time frame, mobile phone ownership grew from 24 to 59%, more than double. So this is really fast speed of mobile phone ownership. TV, virtually most of North Korean homes have a TV, 88%, from 40% in 20 years ago. And CD, DVD is a bit, exceptional item, I think, because this is not really, standard important household gadget. But CD, DVD, is, ownership is 75% in North Korea. This really looks a bit unusual, but there's, I think, one reason that North Koreans really enjoy South Korean movies and music. So they use a CD, DVD, and these are really, easy to conceal, not very expensive, etc. If they are made, low-priced products from other countries. The radio is decreasing naturally, like other society. As you said, computer ownership is growing since 2001 to now. About 1/3 of North Korean houses have a computer. And also MP3, in a similar vein with CD, DVD, MP3 ownership, grew from almost zero from 2001 to 35% in the past 20 years. That is also particular purpose of, listening to and all the Korean songs, I think. Well, drinking water supply situation. Now, today in Pyongyang, 66% of homes have in-house tap water, and 21 within the village have shared tap water, and only 5% have an individual well in Pyongyang. But if you go to local area, you have more well than tap water supply. And shared well is really well in one village. So if you have watched North Korean movies about North Korean life, in every village there is a well where you can really water from the underground. So that is, in a sense, place where people meet and exchange all kinds of rumors and etc. So shared well, village well, accounts for 20% in local area. So this is actually larger than tap water and shared tap water. So if you look at both local area, not Pyongyang, all those government employees and well-to-do people have a house tap water. Then the next segment is actually shared water, not shared tap water or no individual well. Okay. What is the fuel for household heating in North Korea? This really reminds us that North Korea is still, a backward country. It's not really advanced because electricity is only 2.4% in year 2020 for entire country, even though Pyongyang has 9.5% distribution as an exception. Gasoline, gas are all meaningless, but wood is still, in 2020, 69.3 dominant material for household burning wood, because North Korea is very mountainous. Naturally, lots of trees are in the mountain in the vicinity, so they just cut the wood and burn them for household heating. And coal is still rare. See, so it's only 56% in 2020, and Pyongyang is exception because everything is distributed to Pyongyang priority basis. So local area is 55%, and border means the area on with the North Korea-China borderline, just beneath them. So if you go to that area, we are talking really deep mountains, with full of trees. So this is the fuel supply situation in North Korea. And how do North Korean people get daily necessities? A dominant source is a general market. General being, market, naturally formed market in the empty ground. If you have a look at any, North Korean movie, you will see this, like a really flea market in the U.S. Huge land, and there are temporary shops, build up and actually, packed away daily basis. So general market, which is 장마당 in North Korean world, account for 69% in 2000, now 86%. So basically, except for a very high-ranking, well-to-do people, North Koreans go to generally formed general market, naturally formed market, and do exchanges. An individual store is now appearing lately, which is quite interesting. But in the past, this is basically in Pyongyang, in a very luxurious segment. And the foreign current store, department store are all for exceptional people in North Korea. Now, regularity of necessary supply, how often they get household necessaries. Well, these are the percentage. First of all, this is really surprising that no regular supply accounts for the dominance, really close to 80%, 75, 74, 70, now 77% in now today, 2020. No supply. Then some supplies come on the fixed days, which is 10%, 15 to now 10%. Regular is a very rare, only 5%, and irregular 4.5. Like for birthday of some Kim Jong-un, such as irregular special supply. So no supply means North Koreans are on their own for survival, for securing necessities in a daily life. Okay, this is for today. If you have any topic in mind for me to discuss, please let me know. I'll do my best to come up with explanations. Thank you very much.